especially given the fact that since the day he said he has interest in the presidential race, many people have come up with all sorts. Some have looked at his academic qualifications, some have looked at his health issues, and of course some are holding on to the ground that it's questionable. And we'll be seeing all sort of drama in the dailies and of course in the major news, the conventional news. Now you also have supporters saying that Oshibajo should be allowed and let Baba go aside, that this shouldn't be a case of a father's son fighting for the same position. You know, what do we make out of this?
And the question is, who are those people that are saying all these things, that are raising all these allegations against the person of Tinubu? Who are they? What are their interests? Are they more Nigerians than the other Nigerians that are not saying?
So you feel that these are people who are bought over?
Yes, they want to achieve something. But the earlier they realize that they cannot fool all of us, the better for them. Tinubu and Oshibajo belongs to one political family. So, if you are saying you don't want one, you want the other, it's the same family. So what is now the difference? If Tinubu goes to that office, Tinubu is in charge. If Oshibajo goes there, Tinubu will be the, how will I call it now, the president from the background. So it's still the same thing. So we should just stop this hypocrisy and leave the man alone. He has the right to contest. And he is the only one that has declared his intention. Known, he is the prominent aspirant out there. Oshibajo himself has not come out to address the press or anybody secretly that, okay, I am coming out for the office. He's still probably doing secret consultation or wanting to be sure if Tinubu is actually going all the way or not. Because I know one thing for sure, they will not face each other in the primaries.
But let's look at the accusation now against even that of Oshibajo. Now, it's been believed that the other side is saying that Oshibajo, that's the Tinubu supporters, are saying that he's an ingrate, given the fact that he was the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice under as a commissioner, Commissioner of Justice in Lagos State when Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State. And of course, given the fact that even getting the job of vice president, it also came through the anointing of Tinubu. Now, a number of the supporters coming from Swagger are saying that he's such an ingrate. For him to say headlong, he wants to contest. He wants to be part of the race.
If you interview James Faleke today, who seems to be the head of Swagger, he would deny that statement because none of them can call Oshibajo an ingrate. The man has not been ungrateful in any way. The fact that he has not declared his ambition now shows that he is grateful. So nobody should just, these are just mischief makers using the name of Swagger. I believe that nobody in Swagger would call Oshibajo an ingrate. He is the serving sitting president, vice president. And that is what he has responded. I still have a tenure to serve with my principal. For now, that is the focus. Yes, even as far as the 2023 presidential election is concerned, there's one thing that is holding everybody to ransom, which is the electoral amendment bill that the president has refused to sign. That is what will give direction. That's what will really commence the process. So the process is here to commence. We do not sure now if we'll be having a candidate by August. Or we'll have to wait till November. The assent to the bill will determine that. And if that has not been done, we don't know whether we should be in a haste or the full-fledged campaign electoral process should begin. INEC is yet to really roll out the timetable because they are waiting to know whether the president will assent to the bill or not. So all these statements coming, those people just preempting, mischief makers trying to create unnecessary attention, try to see if they could put as much dent on the two of them as possible. Don't forget, they are not the only two aspirants. There's a Yaya Bello somewhere in the background. There's a Rocha Sokorocha too, Umahi has declared, all in the APC, and they are all credible people, qualified and have the capacity to hold the office. But the thing is, what if all these allegations, insinuation, and all these things are coming from these other aspirants, their own camp? We're not sure. But saying that Swagger would call Oshibajo an ingrate, I don't want to believe that.
But looking at the fact that there's been relationship between that Oshibajo and Tinubu over the years, and now it's also been said in some parlance that Tinubu is more popular in the north Besides the fact that like 4 northern governors have come out to say they will support Osinbajo once he declares his interest to be part of the presidential race to get the ticket of the APC, and they will support. You also have some other lawmakers too, few of them. But now the thing is that people are saying that, as a matter of fact, that Tinubu is very popular in the north, and it appears to be a battle of the fiercest or the fittest here between Tinubu and Osinbajo. Should that be the case at this time?
Tinubu's popularity in the north is still questionable. We know people in the north, and we used to make one mistake. We take the statement of Hairlights as the fact or the reality on ground. It's not. Most of them don't even vote on election day. The real people that will vote are the people on ground. Don't forget, if you want to look at it from the normal angle that we usually go, religious, ethnic, those bias and sentiments would definitely come to play. But the truth of the matter in all this is that if you look at APC as a party, the only joker they have as far as 2023 presidency is concerned is Osinbajo. Some people in some quarters seem to have realized that. That's why they are doing all these things, trying to roll out for the man and amplify his popularity, increase his approval rating, boost his profile in a way. Because it's one person that if APC feels as a candidate, some people will naturally forgive them of their sins. And because of the man, give them a second chance. But if they go by virtue of Tinubu will say have some problems among northern masses. It's not just the elite. Yes, the elite in a way can mobilize the masses. But we should also not forget one reality. The north alone does not determine who becomes our president. We have 17 states in the south. And there are some middle belt states that are switch states. They can always switch their allegiance to whichever they want to follow. So if they switch against Tinubu, that means APC may not even win the election, even with Tinubu as a candidate. So we should not fall for that, those political statements coming from some Hairlights or some governors who are not even popular in their states. And we begin to now use that to make our prediction. Yeah, so that's one thing I have to bring out here. So the popularity is questionable. And we should not say that Osinbajo too is not popular in the north. There are people who will go all out for him if he's presented as the candidate.
What is the fresh thing that Osinbajo will be bringing? What is different? Because he has been part of this administration, and that fresh ideas, many people ask that he's not been able to deliver on any. So what is the thing that he'll be doing differently?
Look, when you are a running mate, you are as relevant as your principal wants you to be. Now, 2007, Professor Jerry Garner was contesting for president. And a reporter, hijacked him and asked, "Sir, but you've always been in government. What else do you want?" The man responded, he said, "Well, there's a difference between being in government and being in power. Osinbajo has not been in power, though he's in government. It's just a running mate. And we know the kind of bad politics that goes against him within the presidency. We should not pretend about that. In fact, his influence has been a little bit diluted by the presidential cabal for reasons best known to them. But the thing is, people have seen him acted for some period, like 3 months. They saw what a leader should look like. We have not forgotten all of that. Nigerians still remember. Those are some of the things that would work in his favor. And those are some of the things that Nigerians want to really see, and that they have seen in him as a potential, because we need leadership. Not that some people, a bandit will go and attack some villages, will be begging the president to speak. And when he will speak, he will just be making some funny statements. We need a president who will be on the crisis ground the next hour. Somebody who will address the nation about events and issues the next hour. That is leadership. We have not seen that in Buhari. But Oshibajo has all these potentials. That's why people are routing for him. He's still a bit younger and he has the energy in him. Intellect-wise, he's a professor for crying out loud and a professor of law. So, what do you want to say he doesn't have? Those are the things that those that are coming out for him have looked at. They place him on the pedestal with the others. He seems to have the highest weight there. And you cannot really say this is a sin. No corrupt allegation has been directly linked to him under even this administration, even while he was a commissioner. Nobody can say he has stolen their money. Even while he was handling money, Empower, market money, trader money, and the rest of them, there was no allegation there of him diverting it to a particular private account or favoring his family members in the process. All these things have not been linked to him. So you have some degree of uprightness and credibility in there. So these are things that the Nigerians or the group of people who are routing for him have seen, and those are what they wanted to leverage on.
All right, let me just let our viewers know that you can also participate on the program this morning. The numbers will be right on your screen. If you have any questions, even for our analysts in the studios, you could actually pose your questions. But do remember that you have to turn down the audio level of your TV set when you're doing that, or you move away from your TV set so that we can have you clearly, and you have to tell us your name and the location where you are calling us from. All right, you still have Mr. Sumbo Barijoko in the studio. And let's look at the fact that you've actually looked at a direct comparison between Buhari and Oshibajo. And of course, you said, as a matter of fact, that there is no place where you can even say that Oshibajo has the qualities of Buhari. He's been able to distinguish himself. Now let's look at the leadership structure of Nigeria. Can Oshibajo salvage? We are just using Oshibajo as an example this morning. And of course, some people have come out to say he may be the Messiah. We said that about Buhari because we saw in 2014 there about many Nigerians came out to say they do not want the Goodluck Jonathan administration any longer because it has failed the country. And now they looked at the pedigree of that of Buhari while he was there as a military head of state, and quite a number of Nigerians were impressed. All right, let's take this before answering the question. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Sunday calling from Adamawa State.
Please go ahead, Sunday.
I think Tinubu and Oshibajo for the presidential election. Oshibajo is the best. If you allow him run, let's see what he offers for Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much, Sunday. From his own perspective, that he's
calling from the north.
Exactly.
Addressing what I told you earlier, there are so many people in the north who would prefer him to Tinubu. You forget what the leaders will tell you. So, back to the question you were asking concerning was that now you look at Oshibajo as a person. He is not that. He doesn't have that 100% quality. He still has his own weakness. There are still some areas of similarity even with the President Buhari.
But can he salvage the situation because of how complex our society is today?
He would perform better. Why? His level of IQ is a bit higher.
Is that what we said about Buhari?
We looked at
Let's take this one. Hello, good morning. Good morning, please. What's the name of where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from Kwara State.
Please, can you reduce the audio level of your TV set? It's making a lot of noise.
Okay. Good morning. I'm calling from Kwara State.
Okay, please, what's the name?
I'm Femi.
All right, please go ahead, Femi.
Please, my side of view is that I will support Tinubu because he's a good leader. If you check Lagos State, if you look at Lagos State, you see the way all his successors have been doing perfectly well. So, as far as I'm concerned, he's a leader. So, I'm not a politician.
And so what about Oshibajo? Femi, what about Oshibajo? Is he not a leader?
Osibanjo cannot do it. I don't see Osibanjo doing fine. I see us repeating the same mistake. If we vote for.
All right, thank you so much, Femi, from Kwara State. Now, it appears that Nigerians have mixed feelings on this very issue.
You weigh the strengths and weaknesses of all of them. I was going to start going into the weakness that Oshibajo.
Because I was talking about the complex nature.
Yes. And what is the weakness? Oshibajo does not have a team that's a reliable squad.
Okay. Let's see if we'll be successful with this, Mr. Banijoko, before coming back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please. What's the name and where are you calling us from?
Thank you very much. My name is Ruben Bitrus. I'm calling from Gombe State.
Please go ahead, Bitrus.
Yes, I really like what this honorable is talking about. We really like Oshibanjo here in the north more than Tinubu. Because Oshibanjo is coming. I'm in PDP, but if Oshibanjo is coming out, I will need PDP to vote for Oshibanjo because we've seen his impact. We have seen what he has done.
Why not Tinubu? Why are the Northerners not supporting Tinubu? You are calling from Gombe.
Yes, usually we here is not that Tinubu is powerful. But to be candid, Tinubu has not impacted Lagos. Talk more of Nigeria. So we like our Tinubu because we have seen Tehran, we have seen something here. This trader money, this survival fund, we have benefited a lot. As I'm listening to you, our GDP has rise here in the north because of Oshibanjo. We have seen what he has done in this just 3 months. We have seen it and we like it.
All right, Ruben, thank you so much for calling into the program. Now, it appears to be a very funny one, and I think in the word of Ruben, he said, Awa Oshibajo. And I'm wondering, what exactly is the missing link here?
I didn't go deep into that.
Okay.
Earlier. I deliberately did not want to because it usually generates some controversy. We have a lot of Christian population in the north. And Oshibajo candidacy is an automatic candidacy for them. They will all vote en masse.
So religion will play out too.
Religion would.
Not about trust, but he talked about trader money.
Yes, that is just by the way. But the truth of the matter is what the likes of
Okay.
So, but he has this weakness of not having a reliable squad of his own. That's why I said, okay, before we came online live, that he will be needing it.
Let's see if we can go through with this. Hello, good morning.
Hello? Good morning.
Good morning. What's the name and where are you calling us from? Okay, go ahead, Gabriel.
I thought like this topic that we are speaking today. When we are talking about Tinubu and Oshibajo, we should understand that it is the Tinubu that brought Oshibajo inside, and if you allow him to do this job perfectly. So many people may say he has popularity. We need to move this country forward. That is what we need. To come there and sit down again. President, what is he doing? He has the money, he has the power, but he has the knowledge. So let us give the opportunity to do this work. And we will support him. And we know what is happening. So God bless you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for calling into the program, Gabriel. Okay,
still on the
Banijoko, you are trying to get somewhere before that call. That his team.
He doesn't have that.
That's Oshibajo
to him. You understand? He will still be relying on the allies of supporters to give him a team.
But we've been hearing news about teams cropping up for even Oshibajo.
Those are just, I would rather call them associates. He himself is a part of Tinubu's squad, an integral one at that. Now, Tinubu has that to his advantage, and that is his major strength. And he has people across the federation. So you may not really rely on any political
Okay,
person.
let's take this one. Hello, good morning. Yes, your TV set is loud. That's why we can't hear you well. Can you reduce the audio level?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, please, but you have to turn down the audio level of your TV set. It's too loud. Alright, I guess it's a little bit better and fair. Yes, please.
My name is David Bashir
Okay.
from Katsina.
Alright, go ahead, Bashir.
Actually, I will support Osibajo because he's more vibrant and energetic than Tinubu, actually.
Have you conducted any health medical checkup on Tinubu for you to say health-wise is much better than Tinubu?
But physically saying, but physically you can compare both of them. And by age, Osibajo is more vibrant than Tinubu. Because we can't even compare their strength, actually. And we have seen a lot of transparency in Osibajo than Tinubu, to be fair. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much, Bashir, for calling into the program. Now, these are Nigerians speaking, and this is opinion poll. Opinion poll already. So, and coming from the northern region now, it appears that Osibajo is quite popular. But what we are hearing is that Tinubu is much more popular in the west. So what must have happened? Okay, let's take this. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir. Please, what's the name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Adams. I'm calling you all the way from Nasarawa State.
All right, good to have you, Adams. Please go ahead.
Okay, seriously, I am so happy about this program. And I really want to tell you guys that you're doing good.
Thank you so much.
And then please, if we go by the standard, for me, at least, the media too should help us because we need the young and strong, vibrant men to lead this country.
Okay.
Just by me. Seriously, because we are tired of all the baba that are going there. We have been seeing what is going on. And then if we do not promote the young ones, we will be in shambles because most of them, after overage and some other things, you see so many things they are lacking. So please, the media too should help us because we need the media and the young ones to go on board.
All right.
That's
information. Your message is actually sent out already. Thank you so much for calling into the program, Adams. Obviously, it's talking about having an harmonized system where the message will get out there for the young ones to take the platform. But some individuals will say, you don't wait for power to come to you, you have to struggle for it. So, and I think, well, what do you feel?
Which is a statement of fact. You don't, power is never easily given by the oppressors. They are taken by the oppressors. So that's the thing. Now, I was saying that Osibajo will have that weakness. He can have his way around it when he gets to office. But that will give him some teething problem in administration.
Okay.
But it's a strength for Tinubu, which will enable him to hit the ground running. But he will have to delegate more. Osibajo will have to be more in the front line than a Tinubu presidency. So those are the strength and weaknesses they both have in those areas. So we can't just outrightly condemn Tinubu. He has the team that he can use. Name any state of the federation, he has people there that he trusts, that have worked with him, that would die for him. Well, Osibajo would rely on some people in some states.
Okay, let's see this, Mr. Barijotu, if this will go through. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, please. What's the name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Esther from Ondo State.
Okay, please go ahead. From Ondo State.
Okay. I really love what you are doing over the analysis. Also, coming out to share because the vibrant and still strong. He can carry on the mandate.
So you do not believe in Baba? Baba, with all his experience, he has the experience looking at the fact that he was former governor at Lagos State 2 times, and of course he was also, is now the national leader of the All Progressives Congress.
It should be a good man because the state now has gone advanced. So we prefer a better man that will rule Nigeria. Nigeria, we don't want a leader that at the end is facing a lot of problems like the one that we are in now. But we love a little, but let him be a man.
Okay, thank you so much, Esther, for calling into the program. Obviously, she's telling Tinubu that I should take the observatory role and not be part of the process itself. But what do we make out of all of this?
Well, from all indications, even from the utterances of well-meaning Nigerians, past presidents, leaders of groups, they've all been advising Tinubu to step down for Osinbajo, which in a way may eventually happen. Tinubu may just need to be sure that some people will not come out again to hijack and box Osinbajo to a corner.
All right, let's see this. Hello, good morning. Okay, please go ahead.
So, he would wait till the dying minute before he does that.
Hello, good morning, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please. What's the name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Honorable Boko. I'm calling from Abakaliki.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, what we are discussing today is as if it has been rolled down to Tinubu and Osinbajo, the president of Nigeria. So I think that the Southwest will know them for equity. So if we are talking about Nigeria and the president of Nigeria, she is not a God. It has not been popular between Osinbajo and Tinubu. Even if it has been considered, it is not proper for Osinbajo to contest against Tinubu. Because Tinubu made him whom he is. Doesn't matter what position he is occupying today. I know him, he was a lawyer and a lecturer before Tinubu got into where he is today. People should not be if he's contesting against Tinubu, it is a very wrong thing for him to do.
So what is the question of performance? Honorable, can I ask you the question of performance now that Nigerians are talking about? You don't believe in that route?
The question of
performance. Now there's comparison being done in terms of performance.
They know compare Osinbajo to Tinubu in all administration. Who is a bulldozer that's in there? Tinubu can only be equated with Sister Awolowo in the Southwest. But Awolowo did in the Southwest. That is something that you can equate with Tinubu. There is no other political figure in the Southwest you can equate with Tinubu. I want to say that it will be a wrong thing to narrow this presence of Nigeria to the Southwest, bringing two candidates to discuss here. We have other Nigerians, we have other those who conspire people who can run for president. I would have expected you to bring somebody from the party or North Central who equating with Tinubu, not to narrow it to one ethnic.
All right, thank you so much for calling into the program. But the perspective is that we are looking at these two coming together, given the fact that they have a political relationship.
That's the typical and we always narrow our submission down to ethnic and religious bias.
Exactly.
The truth of the matter is, if
okay,
we want
Mr. Barijoko, let's attend to this. Hello, good morning. Good morning, please. What's the name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Tariq. I'm calling from Zaria.
Okay, please go ahead.
I don't know what is wrong with Nigeria. Because since 1999, when maybe governor or chairman, they have to use their ability. So why now that they will use another person from another side to a president? So it's all good. And the problem is that there is no truth in this democracy. So I don't think it's wrong using a signature. And I don't pray for Yoruba because what happened before Yar'Adua will happen again. They will use Tinubu. So I don't somebody that we move back and then that's my definition.
All right, I was going to ask Kende there, if I get his name correctly, that is it the same case? Okay, Mr. Badijoko, is it the same case?
If
we're not wishing...
Okay. I think if I understand him well, he went back memorily lane. Atiku was Obasanjo's vice. The power was supposed to shift to the north. Northerners did not, even the PDP did not look at Atiku then. They preferred Yar'Adua. Eventually, Yar'Adua died in office because of his health condition, which had been obvious even before he was voted in. He is now bringing it down to, why are you bringing in someone else? The vice to Buhari should be allowed to take over.
So why do we have to now look at
someone again?
The kind of fate? Can we look at the fate of Yar'Adua?
What if we now put him there and he now dies in office again? We'll now go back to square one.
But are we wishing that for him?
We're not wishing that for him, but that's what the opinion, from what I can deduce from the caller's analysis. But going back to what we've been saying, in all things, people are, everybody has a right to their opinion. And it's not that we're narrowing it down to just Osinbajo and Tinubu. Okay. But if you follow the news, anybody following the news, even add the opposition to it, those are the only two popular candidates out there. I mean, aspirant that people are really speaking about. And when things are happening like that, it means it's a sign that one of them would be the next president. It's just a sign. If we want to, except we want to now begin to pretend about that. Now,
then do we look away from issues of geopolitical zone, religion, ethnicity?
That has not really helped us, if we want to be sincere.
So we should take that away.
That's what some people have been saying. But some other people too, which are also making sense. I say, before you throw that away.
Let's see if you can take this. Hello, good morning. Okay, from Oyo here. Please, can you reduce the audio level of your TV set so that we can hear you well? Yes, please go ahead.
It's a very simple and explanation. When you look at the situation grant, I don't really know the people of Nigerians. We so believe in certificate. We don't hold intelligence sometimes. I'm not saying the both of them are intelligent enough. That's not what I'm saying. But experience first, before anything. You need to the vice president to ask, why did Bola Tinubu have to keep from government of Lagos State? But what are the benefits? That's the most important. If you are saying that maybe Belgium is a vice president that has been doing some program being sent to army by the government or by the policy of the party structure. And point of view, the only candidate now that can guide us is only Bola Tinubu when looking at the track record. And we want to say with this policy, we want bias. And if by that will be able to get a better candidate for 2023. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much, Adepoju, here in Oyo State. Thank you for contributing on the program. We just have to go on this particular topic. But what is the things that we can make from what Nigerians are saying? Obviously, if this is an election, we should know who should take the mandates now. Okay, let's quickly pick this before we round up this. Hello, good morning.
Okay.
Good morning, please. What's the name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Kwara State. in Calabar South.
Please go ahead.
My name is Lawrence Julida. Calabar South.
Okay.
It's very happy to spend this very medium this morning. I heard someone talk about the migrant people come up without taking tax. So, and that aspect of parliament not again. Now, we have a consultant Ayane, governor of Cote State, president, and he has for president. They should cover people that now. They have the people with what they have been in front of the show the party in Nigeria. So I think they should give us opportunity to come in with that. Nobody talk about Professor Ben Ayade. He has the capacity to come to what that done.
And I guess that's the part of the thing. Our caller from Cross River is actually talking about the fact that Ben Ayade is also there.
He has not come out to declare his intention.
Okay.
Probably,
are you listening to our analyst this morning?
He has only told his people in Cross River State. But he has not told Nigerians he's coming first for the presidency. Yes, we have had Rocha Sokorocha.
Can you hear what our analyst is saying? I just wanted you to hear that side. You said Ben Ayade, for instance, it's not been brought up this morning. So our analyst is reacting.
What I'm saying is that Professor Ben Ayade, yes, as you said, is qualified, is young and energetic, but he has not declared his ambition for the presidency. And we don't. The presidency is not something you go and give to somebody and without the person having interest in it.
He has declared.
We are not aware.
I declared.
All right, we must say a big thank you for calling into the program. That's a lot of distance, Cross River State, and of course the line is a little bit...
Probably the man is trying to begin his charity from home, but he has not addressed the press anyway. I don't know if you have that information about his ambition. I only know he came to APC and he said he wants to support the president.
All right, let's take this as our last call on this topic because we have a number of people calling in here. Hello, good morning. Please, can you reduce the audio level of your TV set? Okay, Mr. Barijoku, we just have to go. What are some of the parting shots here? And of course, from what Nigerians have said so far, what do we make out of all of this?
I will part on this reality note. Tinubu and Osinbajo belongs to the same family. So if you pick one, you reject the other. You are still in the same family. And that's why we like to round up on what you mentioned earlier about the issue of geopolitical zone. I said, I was saying that in fairness to those group of people holding that opinion, before you begin to throw it open, at least let the rotation go round. Southeast has been the only region so far from 1960 that has not been elected into that position. If you had all the military head of state and the rest of them to it. But if you count from 1999, 3 regions, North Central, Northeast, and Southeast again. So that's why we can't just condemn Yaya Bello. Nobody has come out from the Northeast in the APC. But we have 2 people out there from the Southeast, even within the same APC. Like what the man from Ebonyi said, we just can't narrow the whole thing down. But we're looking at pedigree here. Yes, so many people are out, but what are people saying? Those are the ones that will vote for them. So, and they are declaring their interest based on their utterances and evaluation of those that are aspiring for the post. And that's a sign that, well, these are the 2 popular candidates. Of course, we don't want to bother ourselves on someone who's not that too popular. We will focus on those who are. Why are people talking about this individual? That's the reason why it seems that Osinbajo and Tinubu are the 2 prominent. And
their peculiarities too, given the fact that this is a father-son, political father-son relationship.
And of the 2 of them, it is only Tinubu that has openly declared his ambition. Osinbajo has not declared his ambition, but people have declared on his behalf.
Okay.
And they are saying, don't worry, we are with you. Well, that's dangerous.
All right, we must say a big thank you to our analyst this morning, Mr. Sumbo Barijoko, for your time on the program. And we must also apologize to all our callers. They're still calling in at present on this issue. We'll ensure, as a matter of fact, that we bring back the issue again so that you can actually contribute on the program. All right, we'll take this break. When we come back, we have another guest and another topic. Please stay with us.